Hello everybody, welcome again to the shop. Today I'm working on my 4.5 horsepower United, and I needed to fix a partially broken ear on the main casting. And this ear was held up a guide for the push rod. It was partially broken off, and I was thinking about ways to fix it, cut it and braze it and tap it and drill it and this, that, and the other thing. And because the problem was there was a bolt hole going partly through the crack. And I came up with a fix that I don't think all of you will agree with how I fixed it, but I think it works pretty well considering the purpose of this part of the engine. So I'll go ahead and show you what I did. The ear looks similar to this one here, but there was a break through the front corner, and there's two bolt holes in it. And like I said, the crack went through part of the top bolt hole here, and there's enough threads in the metal, in the remaining metal, for a strong enough hold. Because again, all it's doing is holding that guide for the push rod, so it's not under any real strain. So there's still some threads left. And so I ran a bolt through those remaining threads, and I have this piece of aluminum sheet metal that I wrapped and formed around this ear. And I sealed it up with some RTV, which I don't think I needed to do, and I clamped it on, and I filled it up with Bondo. And I'm about to take it off. I don't know how it looks, so it's going to be a surprise for both of us. I did put some grease, lightly greased the threads on this bolt, and I very lightly greased this piece of sheet metal. And on the broken ear, I cleaned it very well. I cleaned all this paint off, and I drilled a couple shallow holes all over it for the Bondo to really grab in there. And I cleaned the hell out of it with a carburetor cleaner and brake cleaner. So as you see, that's still a little tight to go by hand, but see the bolt threads right out. And since there were some remaining threads in the metal, I was able to use that as a guide, so this bolt will go in nice and straight. And let's see how the rest of it looks. Oh, look at that. That looks really nice. This black is the RTV that I put on there as a sealer, but I really don't think I need that because the Bondo is pretty thick. That came out pretty well. Flowed all the way down into the bottom. What I did do when I was feeding the Bondo in, I pushed my mixing stick all the way down and kind of worked the Bondo in and gently pulled it back out so it would suck all the Bondo into the corners. And yes, I know this is not the correct way to use Bondo, but I think it works pretty well. So the corners are nice and sharp, flowed all the way down there. And the only thing I'm going to have to do is take a file or a rasp or something and, smooth that off and make it follow the contour of the remaining piece of the ear. And I think it'll turn out pretty well. And this engine's going to get painted, because the previous owner put this nasty gray paint over everything that doesn't come off. So it's going to get painted, no one's ever going to know. And you saw the bolt threads right in there. So there's threads in the Bondo and in the metal. So hopefully maybe this will be of use to some of you guys. And no one will ever know unless I tell them, or unless you saw this video. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps some of you. As always, come back for more.